the services that keep your business running. iTech wants to give you peace of mind through fire and security protection offered 24/7. Find out how we can design a full security system from fire and access control to video surveillance. Call us today or visit itechwv.com and see the difference we can make for your business. For over 20 years, we've helped produce it, manage it, and protect it. iTech, solutions for your success.
I was out doing this one day, then this happened. Not cool. So I went to Murray's. Talked to Dennis. He rocks. Like, he literally rocks. They got me fixed up super fast, hassle-free. It was awesome. That's why I keep going back. When glass breaks, call Murray's.
Murray's will replace damaged insulated residential glass and a 10-year guarantee on seals from the manufacturer. Replacement units are made right here in the USA. Murray's, your trusted source for replacement glass for 75 years.
Bowling and Dunn Family Dentistry can't wait to see your smile. When you take care of your mouth, every expression is an expression of good health. A healthy smile is a powerful thing. That's why you should come visit us. Our relaxed atmosphere will make your visit stress-free. Young or old, the key to good health is right under your nose. Call today to schedule your appointment. Your smile is in good hands. Bowling and Dunn Family Dentistry. Get ready to change the way you feel about dentistry.
Hey Google, who's the best pet spa in the valley?
Videos of wet bears in Hawaii? Here you go.
No. Hey Google, the best pet spa. I need grooming and boarding for my fur babies.
Crazy Bone Pet Spa. Would you like me to dial their number?
Yes. Let's give Crazy Bone a call.
Crazy Bone Pet Spa, how may I help you?
Crazy Bone Pet Spa. The best grooming, boarding, and daycare in the valley. 19th Street and Garfield Avenue, Parkersburg.
For nearly 50 years, CAS Cable has been proudly serving the Mid-Ohio Valley with cable TV, internet, and home phone. Our commitment has always been to provide the best possible experience and service for our customers. With CAS, you get straightforward pricing that's easy to understand. And when you call, you'll talk to a local team member. Call us today or visit us online and see what we can do for you. CAS Cable, proud to be part of our community.
Why shop online trying to find a deal when you can find treasures right at Carl's Pawn Shop? Carl's has a stunning selection of dazzling jewelry, designer purses, rocking guitars for the music lovers, and a wide selection of quality tools and electronics. What we don't have today, we might have tomorrow. So come see what you'll discover. Carl's Pawn Shop, Emerson Avenue and Division Street, Parkersburg, where great deals and new finds are always in store.
Take a small drive to big savings. HonestBreads.com. Take a small drive to big savings. HonestBreads.com.
Reimagine every off-road adventure in the Yamaha Wolverine R-Max family of side-by-side vehicles available now at Lemon and Barrett's Powersports. Extreme terrain meets its match with the maximum off-road capability, comfort, and confidence in the R-Max 2 and R-Max 4 1000 family. Get yours financed today at 3.99% for 84 months for qualified buyers. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details. Find your Yamaha R-Max at Lemon and Barrett's Powersports, 178 Pettyville Road, Mineral Wells, or at YamahaMotorsports.com.
Our number one focus at Mattress Max is making sure you feel welcome and comfortable in our gallery. After 2 decades of guiding our customers, what we know is that total relaxation is the key to understanding your needs. There's no sale that's going to expire. There's no pressure to buy. Our core mission has always been customer education.
For mattress education with an expert, visit our clean, friendly mattress store. If it doesn't say Max, you're not at the right mattress store.
Winter, not the time for furnace failure. If it happens to you, one call to 373-5869 will bring a Morrison Pro to your door. I'm David Haas. We are the most trusted name in home comfort, and we're always ready. Morrison Incorporated in Bryant, whatever it takes. Hi, I'm David Haas from Morrison Incorporated. Are you worried about your indoor air quality? Bryant germicidal UV lamps can destroy harmful bacteria so you'll breathe easier. We're not the new kid on the block when it comes to healthy indoor air. Morrison Incorporated, always ready.
When it comes to Valentine's Day, Crown has you covered with amazing gifts for every sweetheart in your life, from child to adult. We also outfitted our store to outfit your home for the season with festive Valentine's Day decorations. And don't forget our new line of fashion apparel with super comfy, love-themed sweatshirts, sleepwear, and more. And the Crown Confectionery has transformed for the loveliest time of the year with our delicious house-made fudge, ice cream, and fudge-dipped apples. So turn to Crown Decor and Gifts this Valentine's Day. Welcome back to your Valentine's happy place.
Live from Jackson County, it's girls high school basketball on CAS 45, presented by One Community Federal Credit Union. Alongside Joe Oliverio, my name's Eric Little. Thank you for joining us from Ripley High School tonight as the Ravenswood Red Devils visit the Ripley Vikings in the battle for the hatchet. This is the second matchup between these teams this year. And Joe, you've taught and worked in schools where there are rivalries and intense rivalries. What does that do for a matchup when you know you've got that rivalry?
You know, and I think first off, you throw records out of the way. You throw the earlier contest out of the way, which Ripley won 26-22. And, you know, these young ladies, they've grown up together. They've probably played on some AAU teams together, traveled together, et cetera. But when it comes time for, like you said, that rival game, you put all those life things beside and you just play the ball game.
Yeah, you live, work, worship, and play together, and all of a sudden now you're going up
against each other.
Let's take a look at these Ravenswood Red Devils, coached by Kara Williams. They come in at 6-12. They've lost 6 straight, 8 of their last 10. They come in off of a 65-40 loss at Ritchie County. And they're a younger ball club. And when you're a younger ball club, those lumps can be a little hard to take. How do you keep the morale high late in the season when things haven't gone the way you want?
Well, you're talking right. They're starting 3 freshmen and 2 sophomores. So that is young. You talk about building to the future, but you just try to deal with small things and get the morale going, get some of the positive energy that you can find even in the smallest detail, and then let that kind of build. And hopefully over a couple years, we'll be back here and it'll be, you know, 3 juniors and 2 seniors.
That's the hope.
In a wholly different environment.
Again, those Red Devils coming off of a 25-point loss at Ritchie County on Tuesday. It was their 10th straight game with 40 points or fewer. They are 2-8 in those games, and the 2 wins, they scored 40 on the nose. Well, it's also a new generation. The torch has been passed for a new generation for John Kennedy's Ripley Vikings. They're a young team as well. They are 4-9 coming into this one, coming off of a 55-42 loss against Hurricane on. Or excuse me, looking at the wrong thing on our screen. They're coming in off of a 46-30 loss on Saturday against Nicholas County. They've struggled to score as well. They haven't scored 50 in a game all year. They've been held below 40 12 times. And when you're a little bit offensively challenged, where do you look for those points?
Well, the assistant coach came by the table just a little bit ago and said, if we can get to 40, we're going to win this game. So 40 must be that magic number. You talked about youth, same situation. Ripley's going to start 3 freshmen, 1 sophomore, and 1 senior. So we've got 6 freshmen combined out there starting.
Last time these 2 teams played, you have to go back to February 1st at the Pit. Technical difficulties on the national anthem.
All of a sudden, everybody's standing up, ready to go.
We'll take a look at that last matchup and have the tip-off in a moment. Take a break here for the national anthem. You're watching high school girls basketball on CES 45.
National anthem recording. Back on.
National anthem has been complete from Ripley High School. Again, this is the second meeting of the season between Ravenswood and Ripley in girls action. The last one took place February 1st at the Pit, one of the classic basketball barns in West Virginia. Ripley won that game 26-22. The Red Devils struggled from the field, shooting just 22% from the field. They didn't hit a three in that game. Ripley hit only 1 3. And again, in a stretch where they're 3-9 in the last 12 games, that game for Ripley is one of those 3 wins. So for Ripley, this is something that they're looking to maybe improve or maybe build on that positive energy, and maybe you have the motivation of trying to sweep that regular season series.
You were talking about that first meeting. The score at halftime there was 10-5.
Yes.
So I don't know that it was a strong defensive battle. So and that was early in the year. So let's see what kind of growth has occurred, what the coaches have done to the players. Starting lineups have just been announced. And for Ravenswood, number 1, Riley Street, the sophomore. Number 2, Cody Price, the sophomore. Number 10, Jaden Moore, the freshman. Number 12, Emily Andrande, a freshman. And then 22, Robin Lambert, a freshman. So.
And here come the Ripley Vikings. Again, John Kennedy, the head coach of this group. They have lost back-to-back ball games, 5 of their last 7. And they only hit 1 3, the only 3 of the game the last time these two teams played. So we won't expect a lot of work from beyond the arc in this ball game when neither team hits from beyond the arc, and there's not a ton of size inside for either of these teams. Where do you go?
You've got to try to get into that 3 to 6 foot range. And then hopefully, too, if we're on the right side, we're using our right hand. If we're on the left, we're using our left hand. Let's just get the ball up there, hit the white box, and put the ball in.
Create some back cuts, get the ball in motion. All of those good things. Why don't you introduce us to the Ripley Vikings lineup, Joe?
I like how they kind of go through the entire subs and announce them, and then they bring them in. But number 0, Kendall Butler is a sophomore. Bristol Smith, number 1, is a freshman. Number 3, Cassidy Wilson, a freshman. Just announced the lone senior, Addie Morrison. And then number 15, Jillian Kennedy, a freshman. Everybody goes over, gives the officials a little high five. Officials for tonight coming to you from Charleston area: Mark Akers, Bruce King, and Jackie Law.
Good officiating crew, and I know that this is a week where a lot of these officials, especially out of the Charleston area, work many games. You've got the shootout at West Virginia State going on. It started on Monday. It ends tomorrow. So a lot of these officials, the ones that have the leeway to do so for their day jobs, they're working during the day at a couple of those games. And I believe one of the officials came over and told us he had 4 games yesterday.
Well, and that's another reason why we see on Facebook and different social media platforms, we need officials in order to make this game happen.
Sure do. Reminder, you can watch us on CAS 45, the CAS Cable Facebook page, or on YouTube by searching CAS Media. Opening tip tonight will be jumped between Rachel Lambert of Ravenswood and Kendall Butler of Ripley. It's won by Ravenswood, and away we go from Ripley High School. Try to work it inside.
A turnover on man-to-man.
Here come the Vikings with their first touch. The senior Morrison gives it up.
Listening to Coach Kennedy over, keep attacking, keep attacking. So it looks like he wants to try to get that ball into the post.
You tell ball movement, and like you said, post play, been an emphasis. They play high-low, go inside. Wilson, the freshman, coughs it up, and it goes back to Ravenswood. Red Devils in the front court, good look inside, stolen away. Katie Price had her pocket picked. Morrison gives it up. Here's Wilson. A kick to the wing. Kennedy misses the 3.
Surprised she decided to take that 3-point shot when it was original.
There's a steal. Bristol Smith one-on-one to the bucket, and Smith breaks the ice. 7 points last meeting for Bristol Smith, and the freshman connects to make it 2-0 Ripley.
We talked about that left hand in the pregame. It was kind of neat to see her go in there. She goes in with the right, that's probably blocked.
Not every player at this level can switch hands
No,
like
they
that.
can't.
One of the finer skills.
Got a held ball. It's going to be Ripley ball. Ravenswood won that tip, as you said, Eric. So
Good defense from Addie Morrison, the senior of these Ripley Vikings, to tie that up. And we saw this pre-game, Joe. The Ripley Vikings do a thing where they honor, each senior picks a teacher to honor, and Addie Morrison picked one to honor herself.
she picked Tanya Ball, I think one of her business teachers. And
A held ball, we'll give it back to Ravenswood.
that was a nice touch. Presented her with a certificate, center court picture. Just kind of represent what a teacher means to some of these players. We talked earlier, you know, sometimes with football, they wear their football jersey for the day or something. So neat to see.
I'm not working tonight with someone that's biased toward teachers, am I?
No, 40-year career with it.
So Ripley will have it. 2-0 Vikings, almost 2 minutes into this one.
And my wife's still a teacher, so you've got
There you go.
You got to support the cause.
You got to look out for number one.
2 minutes into the contest, we're 2-0 Ripley.
15, Jillian Kennedy picks that one up. They go left wing. Here's Bristol Smith. Nice dump inside. Blocked away. Door slammed shut by Riley Street. Coast to coast, Emily Andrade
Hits
ties
the
the game.
bounce.
The freshman with 6 last time these teams met.
That's a home court bounce for a visiting team, man. That rim just dink, dink, drops.
Well, she might have dual membership at this country club as well. A little too tall for Wilson. And Morrison is tied up. Defense from Andrade. Tied it too early on. Wilson open right corner. And she comes back inside after giving it up to Bristol Smith. She hit the only 3 the last time these teams met. Morrison on the elbow. That pass affected, tipped out of bounds, stays with Ripley.
Yep.
Kara Williams didn't see the deflection on the Ravenswood bench,
No,
and she said, what?
Nor did the guy behind us. I'm like, but you had the same view I had.
Hey, every once in a while you have to blink.
Every once in a while.
You got to blink.
Maybe he was taking a sip on the Diet Coke at the concession stands.
Space for Smith. The door slams quickly. Butler misses the jumper. Grabbed in the paint. Riley Street. Here comes Andrade. Lambert with some room. Blocked and a foul call on Cassidy Wilson.
She's going to pick up her first.
And here's a place where we may see some scoring in this game, the free throw line. Rachel Lambert, 7 points, 10 rebounds. Last time Ravenswood and Ripley met. 11 points for Lambert in that loss against Ritchie County on Tuesday, or a week ago Tuesday. Lambert gives Ravenswood the lead. Notice that wrap on her right wrist. Tough to shoot free throws, I would imagine, or at least a getting used to period, wouldn't you say, Joe?
I would think so, Eric.
Into the front court, Bristol Smith fires and misses a 3 wide right. Good rebound for Wilson to keep the possession alive. John Kennedy's doing his best Devo impression, says whip it. wants that action around the perimeter. Addie Morrison outside wants ball movement as well. Smith, bright coral shoes. You can see those juxtaposed with the Vikings beard. There's Morrison, the senior. She gives it up.
Well, they're really working that ball around the perimeter, Eric.
Nothing opening inside. And a timeout called.
Coach Kennedy wants to kind of review because he's called a couple different plays in there, and they just keep putting it around the perimeter,
He wants to get it inside, not because it's easy, but because it is hard. And so John Kennedy will call timeout. It's 3:31 to go in the first quarter. It's 3-2 Ravenswood. Let's step aside here on CAS 45, presented by One Community Federal Credit Union.
Savings accounts, checking accounts, loans, and certificates of deposit. Managing your money responsibly is a journey. Make One Community Federal Credit Union your destination for financial freedom. This is where you'll find generous savings rates, competitive interest rates, and the tech tools you need to track your progress along the way. One Community is managed by people who live and work in the Mid-Ohio Valley. One Community Federal Credit Union, Parkersburg, and now in Vienna.
.331 to play first quarter. It's a 3-2 Ravenswood advantage. Again, these two teams struggled to score the basketball last time they played, and it's been an ongoing trend. 10 straight games for Ravenswood with 40 points or fewer, and for Ripley, they've not scored 50 in a game all season. And when you know offense is a challenge for you, at this point of the season, what's the message?
Get the ball closer to the basket and get a shot. Quit keeping this perimeter action going, because they're just burning clock.
Cassidy Wilson, the freshman, had a nice screen earlier. Gives it up outside. Some movement for Smith. Teardrop doesn't come into the basket. Butler can't knock it home either.
But it's almost like they're looking for the perfect shot in the paint instead of getting a shot in the paint.
There's a good look for Wilson. She's got to take that strong, and Cassidy Wilson does. The freshman gives Ripley the advantage as we roll inside 3 to go in the first quarter.
Her first basket, Eric.
Andrade tripped. A floor foul against Kendall Butler.
Like sportsmanship. You know, she knew she tripped her, trying to help her up.
You might say she's trying to bury the hatchet.
Good one.
Here's a drive. Katie Price stopping the baseline, stolen away by the Vikes. Kennedy ahead to Butler, off the window. Kendall Butler connects.
Her first baskets. We've got Butler, Smith, and Wilson both with 2 each. 6-3 here.
Street tries to fake Addie Morrison out. Lost it inside. Jaden Moore, a freshman with 6 points against Ritchie County a week ago Tuesday. Stops. Has it stripped. It's loose. Stays with the Red Devils. 2:06 to play in the first.
I like seeing Riley Street up at the top, and it was like 2 players come up to the foul line, pivot, and try to work their way back in. She just didn't see it to get it into the post.
Only a sophomore, Riley Street, emerging as one of the better ball handlers, one of the better scoring options on this team. Price dishes it out. Tipped by Moore. Gets it back. Did they run to John Kennedy? A drive from Morrison. She stops, gives it up. Jillian Kennedy misses the 3. Pass to the wing. Smith drills the 3. Bristol Smith makes it a 9-3 ball game. Yeah, I think on that last possession, somebody went into John Kennedy awkwardly.
Man. He was really gimping and limping there.
I didn't see the hit, but I saw the limp. Ravenswood's got a sub they want to get in this game. A drive, shot offline from Rachel Lambert. Back come the Vikings the other way. 5-0 run for Ripley. Here's a 3 offline, pulled back by Jillian Kennedy.
Coach Kennedy was happy with that shot. Keep pushing it, keep pushing it. Don't get it down there and then cause defense a chance to set up.
Wilson lost it, gives it up outside. 30 seconds to go in the corner. And
Bristol with another
Smith
three.
It's her second three of the night. She's got 8 of Ripley's 12 points. It's 12-3 Vikes. Fumbled away. Stays with the Red Devils with 17.5 to play.
Marley Cole going to enter for Ravenswood. Coming to give Jaden Moore a little breath here with 17 seconds left.
Marley Cole, a sophomore, brings a bit more size to the lineup. The drive on the baseline, Street. The reverse layup, short. 10 seconds, a shot for Ripley here if they can get it across half court. Outlet pass, left corner, caught. Smith, the kick. Here's Morrison with a runner. She can't hit that one. And no time for a rebuttal for the Ravenswood Red Devils. After one quarter from Ripley High School. Ripley 12, Ravenswood 3. The second quarter next on CAS 45.
Savings accounts, checking accounts, loans, and certificates of deposit. Managing your money responsibly is a journey. Make one Community Federal Credit Union your destination for financial freedom. This is where you'll find generous savings rates, competitive interest rates, and the tech tools you need to track your progress along the way. One Community is managed by people who live and work in the Mid-Ohio Valley. One Community Federal Credit Union, Parkersburg, and now in Vienna.
This Valentine's Day, celebrate her, or treat him to only the best. Life's most cherished moments, warm and wonderful. Because Valentine's Day doesn't have to be hard. Give the gift they'll really love, any day. Give a dozen, a JR's Donut Castle dozen.
JR's Donut Castle, a taste fit for a king.
Back at Ripley High School, the message in the Ravenswood huddle, we can hear Kara Williams say, we've got to make a shot, we've got to make a shot. Ravenswood knows they're a bit offensively challenged. Just 3 points in the first quarter. It's 12-3, Ripley over Ravenswood.
And what I heard coming out of John Kennedy's bench was keep taking it to the hole, keep taking it to the hole. Try to push the tempo because he's got about 5 more players than the Ravenswood team does sitting on his bench.
Having some technical difficulties here, so our scoreboard is not working at the moment. We'll try to keep you posted on score of the game as best we can. It'll be like calling radio again.
Oh.
Good thing I'm used to that. Bristol Smith for 3, strong. She's already hit 2. Addie Morrison the rebound. Here's Cassidy Wilson. She tees up and misses. Pulled down by Kendall
Strong
Butler.
block out.
Morrison, Wilson thought about it again. As Bristol Smith behind her. 30 seconds into the first quarter, 12-3 Ripley. This is high school basketball on CAS 45, presented by One Community Federal Credit Union. Morrison, the senior, misses that one long. I think Ripley thought this might be like Oprah. You get a 3, you get a 3. They all took one. Ravenswood's first offensive set in this this quarter is going to be delayed. Butler with a steal, can't finish.
Gets her own rebound.
Morrison, nice jumper from the painted area. Addie Morrison.
Her first basket of the night.
14-3. 4 different scorers for Ripley, led by Bristol Smith's game-high 8 points. Again, this is a young Ravenswood team. Andrade, a freshman. They get it inside to Cole, a sophomore. Kara Williams, a very good coach. Led the West Virginia team at the BACF All-Star game 2 years ago. Drive from Street, offline. Tipped out of bounds, and Ripley gets it back. There's a look at Kara Williams.
That's going to
been at this a long time. One of the better small school coaches in the area. One of the better girls coaches in the LKC.
Mark Akers went in. That's going to be black ball.
Well, the officials discussed this further.
That went off White's foot, and I think John Kennedy got his initial response in quick. That's our ball. So they just kind of went. He even winks at the referee like, yeah, I know.
Right in front of those Ripley cheerleaders. You were mentioning how tall these cheerleaders are in Ripley. I'm sure John Kennedy would like to have a couple of them under the basket, wouldn't you think?
I would think. Plus, you talked earlier, the Ripley Viking is a young lady.
The mascot's a young lady here. That's kind of cool to see. Morrison misses that one in and out. And a foul call under the basket. And that's
Fouls on Riley Street, picks up her first.
That's what you get, Joe, when you penetrate the lane, when you get the ball inside, you're going to create those opportunities from the stripe.
And hopefully they call them free throws because they're free.
Butler misses the first. Tiffany Fisher replaces Cassidy Wilson. More substitutions coming for Ravenswood. Butler missed the free throw. Katie Price tried to skip it into a cutting Rachel Lambert. Zipped it out of bounds.
Like you said, Garcia is going to enter the game and give Marley Cole a little breath and break.
14-3, Ripley in the lead, 5:30 to go second quarter. Addie Morrison lost the dribble a couple times there. Gets it back. Addie Morrison looks like she's going to pull up like Adam Morrison. Lob inside. They found Butler. Good high-low work from the Vikings, and they grow their lead to 16-3. Aiden Moore stuffed. Defender fell, and now they call the foul inside.
Tiffany
As
Fisher.
Sophia Garcia and Tiffany Fisher tangled. Well, they both had their hands up with that "I didn't do it" look.
I didn't.
And their arms were tangled as they were twirling around.
Kind of like that Javon Small foul he called last night.
A little bit. Lob inside as Ravenswood tries the paint. It's tied up. And Ripley gets the ball back. Jaden Moore, the intended recipient of that pass. And a timeout called by Ravenswood. Again,
full timeout.
Ripley's been successful with a high-low. Ravenswood has it, and so Kara Williams wants to talk about it. We'll step aside for 30. 4:49 to go in our second quarter. 16-3. Ripley leads. You're watching high school basketball presented by One Community Federal Credit Union on CAS 45.
Savings accounts, checking accounts, loans, and certificates of deposit. Managing your money responsibly is a journey. Make One Community Federal Credit Union your destination for financial freedom. This is where you'll find generous savings rates, competitive interest rates, and the tech tools you need to track your progress along the way. One Community is managed by people who live and work in the Mid-Ohio Valley. One Community Federal Credit Union, Parkersburg, and now in Vienna.
16-3, the lead belongs to the Ripley Vikings. The Vikings, by my count, are on an 8-0 run going back to the first quarter.
I would think you'd be right. Andrade, Emily had that bucket, and then Rachel Lambert just went up with the free throw. And that's where the three are coming from Ravenswood. So, yeah, Eric, you're probably right on that. It's just been all Ripley Vikings right now.
Last time these two teams met, Ravenswood did grab 20 rebounds, 10 of those from Rachel Lambert. So they've got the ability to work inside. They just have not been able to get the ball there today.
Or as quick.
Nothing for Bristol Smith. Morrison looks inside. Kennedy reverses it to the left side, gets it back. A three, Jillian Kennedy offline. Pulled down by Butler. The turnaround, second chance points for the Vikings.
6 for her tonight. And there's not a big height disparity there, so
no.
She just went up and got that rebound on her own.
On the baseline, it's tipped out. It stays with Ravenswood. So one set of Jackson County players able to find the basket, and the other still struggling mightily.
Right there.
Sophia Garcia, some bench points on cue for Ravenswood.
And that's going to cause Cassidy Wilson to check in for Ripley. I don't think Coach Kennedy was happy with how easy that was to get it inside.
Why was it easy that time? What was missing?
What was missing?
Jillian Kennedy between the circles, gives it up. Morrison wants the ball movement. Red Devils staying in the zone. The three from Kennedy offline. And it stays with Ripley. And here's Cassidy Wilson.
Coming back in for Fisher.
Fisher's a little longer. Wilson stout. And she can also shoot from outside.
She took that shot, didn't she?
Yeah. Just a freshman. You get a whole lot to like about both of these rosters, given the youth.
Like we said in the pregame, it'd be kind of neat to come back here in 2 years and just see if, keep the sheet for this game and see what happens to these young ladies.
You hope they stay with it. You hope they play in the summers. You hope they get better and grow together.
Grow together as a team and as individual players.
Good catch in the paint. Kendall Butler stuffed out of the double team. And the runner from Wilson doesn't go. Butler gets it back.
It's her own rebound.
This is that one wide. The Vikings slam, or the Red Devils slam the door shut. Here's the three. A quick one wide right. You gotta like the willingness of Ravenswood to catch and shoot. Price willing to fire that up.
Emily and Andre, and 54, Marley Kolchak back in for Red Devils.
Lambert and Moore leave. Thrown away into the back court. Tipped, so Ravenswood keeps it.
Coach Kennedy trying to get the official. Wasn't that backcourt? There's no backcourt division line on a throw-in, but he's trying. He's working the court. He's working the officials.
How often does that work? As a former official, how often does that work when someone tries to work the officials?
It usually works in a negative effect.
Butler to the 10.
Oh!
Off the window. Kendall Butler, she has 6 tonight. Ripley starting to run away with this one.
The times that it actually works is when the coach never says anything and then they come out with that one. It's like, ooh, I might have missed that.
Word to the wise, word to coaches. Selective chatter on those officials.
Yep.
Ravenswood ball 2:06 to play, second quarter, 20-5. Ripley, we apologize for the technical difficulties. Our scoreboard not operational at the moment. This is high school basketball presented by One Community Federal Credit Union on CAS 45. And an offensive foul.
54.
On Marley Cole. Illegal screen.
2 minutes left in this half, and Ravenswood has matched their half total the last time these two teams played at 5. So we got to get them to 7 just to break that.
Well, the halftime score the last time these teams met was 10-5 Ripley. It's 20-5 now.
So Ripley's doubled theirs, and Ravenswood's sitting on theirs.
We'll see if the Vikings can hail down the fires of Valhalla and put some more points on the board. Cassidy Wilson almost lost that out of bounds.
I think she was thinking shot before she thought catch the ball.
Smith, a little short there. An offensive foul, a second offensive foul on Marley Cole, or second foul on Cole.
I think Kara Williams thought that foul might have been on Jillian Kennedy.
I think she did too.
She is not happy with that call.
To the point to where she wasn't expecting it and just sprung up from her seat the second the number came up. Butler misses from the right block. 75 seconds left in the second quarter. 20-5 Ripley. Street offline. Tipped out of bounds. Ravenswood keeps it. Just 2 field goals in this game for the Red Devils. They belong to Emily Andrade and Sofia Garcia. Andrade, the catch. Space, the drive, to one pass too many. She had
I think that's where she's got to go take that shot. If she gets fouled in the act of shooting, you go to the free throw line.
I would agree, and she had the space to go right to the cup. Meanwhile, with no shot clock in high school basketball, Ripley can melt the rest of this clock away if they so choose, and then take the final shot. They won't take that at all. Addie Morrison launches and misses there. Bristol Smith Long. Still time.
30 seconds left here in the half.
Street in the front court. Awkward pass caught by Emily Andrade. 15 seconds, it's stolen away. Here come the Vikings, Kendall Butler. No look dish, the three, Kennedy, strong. 7 seconds left, some time for the Red Devils if they hurry. Caught by Street, she's got to launch it. She lays it short.
Just gets it off.
At the 10. One half of basketball in the books for Ripley High School. The Ripley Vikings 20, the Ravenswood Red Devils 5. If you're watching online, there may be some technical difficulties because we're trying to get our score bug back in an operational fashion again. So stick with us if you're watching the stream. We'll have that back in a second. If you're watching on CAS 45, you should be just fine. But either way, you're watching high school basketball presented by One Community Federal Credit Union on CAS 45.
Energy efficient home. Plus, you get a lifetime transferable warranty.
You can trust the Basement Doctor of West Virginia. Call now at 877-DRY-TIME or visit basementdoctorwv.com.
Cox Family Pharmacy is here to save you the stress of knowing what pills to take and when with our pill packing service. You have a pharmacy staff that knows you with the experience to make it easy. Let us help you with our weekly pill packs. Cox Family Pharmacy, we're trusted. At Cox Family Pharmacy, we've built our reputation by taking exceptional care of our patients. Our team takes the time to get to know you and your family so you can get the help and service that you deserve. Thank you for making us your pharmacy for over 17 years. Cox Family Pharmacy, we're trusted.
Are you overwhelmed by all the questions about buying or selling your home? I'm here to answer them, no matter how big or small. From understanding market trends to navigating negotiations, I'm here to make your real estate journey smooth and stress-free. Call me today to start making your dream a reality.
We at Exit Riverbend Realty want to say thank you so very much for making us so successful. Buying or selling a home, we are your professional consulting real estate company with an office at each end of the bridge. Give us a call. See you soon.
At Fasteners and Supply in Mineral Wells, carrying items that are made in the USA means a lot to us. For us, it means we're supporting businesses that employ American workers. For our customers, it means you're getting the best quality products that are tested and proven to be of the highest quality from companies like Norseman, Bullard Abrasives, Morse, and more. We're now the first and only dealer in West Virginia with Gearhead's new fifth wheel grease. Made in the USA. We stock it at Fasteners and Supply in Mineral Wells. Check us out on Facebook or stop by today.
One day you're going to wake up and be ready to retire. Retirement is more than just saving money. It's about figuring out the best income option, planning a new monthly budget, understanding your Social Security payout, making sure your health insurance is in place. You have to have a plan. Retirement is not the end goal. It's the beginning of your most exciting journey. But without a plan, your retirement bucket list becomes a place where dreams go to die. Let us help take the scariness out of retirement.
Call the Habitat Restore to pick up your big donations, drop off your small ones on Grand Central and 16th in Vienna, and help us build and repair. When you donate your gently used furniture, we put it through the heat treatment, price it, and put it on the sales floor. Our customers line up Wednesday through Saturday from 9 to 4 to get a great deal and to support the Habitat programs. They get really excited when they find a great deal on furniture, appliances, or construction items. It's controlled chaos at the Habitat for Humanity Restore, but we hope you love it as much as we do. Call 304-HABITAT or find us on Facebook.
This Valentine's Day, celebrate her or treat him to only the best. Life's most cherished moments, warm and wonderful. Because Valentine's Day doesn't have to be hard. Give the gift they'll really love, any day. Give a dozen, a JR's Donut Castle dozen.
JR's Donut Castle, a taste fit for a king.
Savings accounts, checking accounts, loans, and certificates of deposit. Managing your money responsibly is a journey. Make One Community Federal Credit Union your destination for financial freedom. This is where you'll find generous savings rates, competitive interest rates, and the tech tools you need to track your progress along the way. One Community is managed by people who live and work in the Mid-Ohio Valley. One Community Federal Credit Union, Parkersburg, and now in Vienna.
Welcome to Miller Prosthetics and Orthotic, where in the heart of the Mid-Ohio Valley, we don't just create artificial limbs and custom braces, we craft possibilities. Meet our dedicated staff, committed to your comfort and mobility. Our certified prosthetists and orthotists are experienced and capable, ensuring even the toughest cases are handled with care. Trust our scientific precision, utilizing advanced techniques like 3D printing and scanning. Are you an active above-knee amputee? Access our unique direct socket technology for increased flexibility and mobility. Walk confidently with microprocessor-controlled ankles and knees, enhancing stability on any terrain. Express your style with custom designs on your new limb or brace, and enjoy the versatility of adjustable heels. For our amputee warriors, discover support and resources at the Amputee Center, a local nonprofit. Take the first step towards comfort and mobility. Your journey starts now.
Are you ready to smile with confidence? Look no further than Premier Dental Group. We're here to make your dental experience comfortable, convenient, and truly exceptional. From routine checkups to advanced cosmetic procedures, we offer a full range of comprehensive dental services. You can trust that your smile is in expert hands. Premier Dental Group, where your smile comes first.
Bring relaxation home with a visit to Casey's All-American Pools in Belpre. Everyone deserves a backyard oasis, and with financing available, Casey's can make your dream come true. From compact two-seat designs all the way up to larger models you can swim in, Casey's can even deliver and install your new hot tub or swim spa. While you're there, check out the designs and get on the list to have an in-ground pool installed this summer. Find out more at Casey'sAllAmericanPool.com or stop by 501 Main Street in Belpre today.
Are you going through a difficult divorce or separation and struggling to come to an agreement on custody arrangements for your children? Raber Law Offices is here to help. Justin Raber is an experienced and compassionate attorney who understands the sensitive nature of custody battles and will work tirelessly to protect your rights as a parent and ensure the best interests of your children are met. Don't let custody issues cause more stress and anxiety. Contact us today to schedule a consultation. Call 304-893-9145.
Settlers Bank. Since 1999, we've continued to be a true hometown community bank, helping your extraordinary ideas soar by providing personal service and creative solutions.
Anytime I walk into Settlers Bank, I'm always greeted with a warm smile. I am made to feel like my business matters, and I don't have to take a number. Whatever my personal or business banking needs are, Settlers Bank is always there for me.
We're Settlers Bank, neighbors doing business with neighbors.
Welcome back to Ripley High School. This is high school girls basketball on CES 45, presented by One Community Federal Credit Union. In the second matchup of the year between these Battle of the Hatchet rivals, Ripley has a 20-5 lead on Ravenswood. With Joe Oliverio, my name's Eric Little. Glad to have you with us from Ripley High School tonight. And again, this is a Ravenswood team that's had some trouble scoring the basketball, Joe. Just 2 field goals in the first half, while Ripley has 2 from beyond the arc. They're getting strong nights from Kendall Butler and Bristol Smith.
They sure are. Yeah, Ravenswood, 5 points the last time they played in a half against this team, 5 points again tonight. Consistent. Now, I'm sure that both coaches probably talked, and I would imagine Coach Kennedy's like, hey, keep driving the hole into the paint, keep trying to get the shots up. Don't necessarily send this thing around the perimeter so much, et cetera. See Coach Varney sitting in the stands over there, just trying to cheer on the girls as well.
The Ravenswood's brought quite the contingent over from their town, and they are all packed in that one section.
In that one section. It's like,
right
okay,
behind the bench.
Trying to give their support to their team.
Yeah, they are right behind the Ravenswood bench, and they've turned out some numbers.
I noticed that number 54, Marley Cole, just went up to the official and said, hey, I'm kind of sorry about the way I reacted after you called that foul on me. That goes a long way to kind of help mend that bridge of communication.
I didn't see her reaction as much as I did Kara Williams' reaction.
Well, cross
that bridge to the friendship shore, right?
Right.
Lambert misses from up close, but there's the tip in from Emily Andrade. Becomes the first Red Devil with multiple field goals in the game. It's 20-7. Huge shout out to Brian Guthrie and our crew back of the truck for getting that scoreboard up and running at halftime.
Shoo!
Wilson nails the
for
tray.
3. Yeah, Brian's producing back there. Jim's on the scoreboard. It's a good job there. And then we've got Ava and Evan out here on the cameras.
A little bit of space. Lambert strong. Grabbed by Bristol Smith. John Kennedy sounds like a doula. Push, push, push. Wants to move that tempo of the offense. Smith looking to the right side. Want to push it inside. Wide open 3. Jillian Kennedy. Bam! Ripley doubles her number of threes from the first half to the second half.
Freshman gets her first one.
Foul on Addie Morrison. That's her first. It's getting late early if you're Ravenswood, if Ripley's matching your 2 for their threes. Andrade on the baseline. Tipped. That Ripley defense has been
pushing that ball
really strong. Morrison and a foul called back in transition.
Jaden Moore is going to pick up her first foul. Team 1.
John, I don't know about you, but I've been impressed by this Ripley defense. They've been disrupting passing lanes all night long, a lot of tipped balls.
Ripley's going to take a 30-second timeout.
But a lot of tipped balls here by this Ripley defense. They've been disrupting passing lanes all night long.
All night long. And that's part of that issue is because Ravenswood keeps taking it around the perimeter. It's almost like they're a step slower than Ripley. And if they can kind of, but once again, their bench is a lot shorter than Ripley, so maybe they're trying to save that energy. But it'd be neat to just see them kind of turn it up one more degree and see if they could hit those lanes when they're open instead of when they get filled.
I think they got to find some cutters. Ravenswood does, and find someone going to the basket, some diagonal passes to get through that defense, something to change things up. Meanwhile, Ripley holding Ravenswood in single digits. And yes, Ravenswood has struggled scoring the ball, but don't sleep on this Ripley defense either. Colson gives it up. Gets it back, but it's off her shoe, stolen away by Riley Street. Price with a drive, and she gets to the foul line. That's something to do if you're struggling to score. Jillian Kennedy picks up the foul. Get to the basket, Joe. Score with the clock stopped.
That's right. Cody Price going to shoot 2. Ravenswood 1 of 2 from the line right now.
A second for Price. 13 points for her against Ritchie County on Tuesday. She drains the second. Ravenswood switching their defense, cranking up the heat on these Vikings.
The look on Jillian Kennedy's face when she's coming by our table right here was that of determination. I'm going to the hole.
I'm going to turn that corner. They said I can't, so I'm going to do it anyway.
Apologize. Number 2 for Ravenswood is Katie Price, not Cody Price. Looking at the way I wrote that in. Nice steal.
Well defended, Riley Street, but she lost it. Morrison gives it up. Butler tied up. Great defense by Jaden Moore.
Two strong plays right there for Ravenswood.
Cassidy Wilson, strong to the hole. Pulled down by Rachel Lambert.
Notice we've not seen any zone coverage today. by either team. It's just straight man-to-man or girl-to-girl.
Lambert cuts in. Off the window, affected by Cassidy Wilson. The senior Morrison runs down the rebound. It's tipped out of bounds, and Ripley gets it back.
Kennedy seems to be the designated inbound player. She's always running to get that ball to put it in.
And she throws
nice
it away.
Steal.
There's more.
Ah.
And she can't hit the open layup. Price. And a second one. And one. Rachel Lambert put at the line on Kendall Butler's second foul of the night. Ripley wants a timeout. They take 30 seconds.
Come back out.
Well, how badly did Ravenswood need that bucket from Rachel Lambert?
And the potential for a three would be great, too.
Lambert with 3 tonight. Emily Andrade with 4 for Ravenswood. Ripley led by Kendall Butler and Bristol Smith with 8 each. But neither of those players have scored this half. Cassidy Wilson and Jillian Kennedy have drained threes that put the put the Vikings on the board here in the second half.
And Butler's sitting here with 8 points in the first half, but she's also picked up her second foul. So
Ripley will next take on Lincoln Friday at 7 o'clock. Well, Ravenswood's got an LKC placement game later this week. The freshman Lambert gets 1. Lambert spins the rock in her hands, launches, and completes the three-point play.
she's 2 of 3 from the free throw line tonight. Good job, Rachel. 5-second throw-in violation.
Good defense by the Ravenswood Red Devils. And you've got to be solid from the line like Ravenswood has if you can't score anywhere else or you haven't scored anywhere else. Andrade's got 2 field goals tonight.
I think sometimes, Eric, you see in girls basketball.
Street, the drive. Can't finish. Go ahead.
That inbounds or that violation was, a lot of times you'll see guys run that baseline after a made basket. But a lot of times in girls ball, coach just tells them all the time, just stay, because they can't differentiate between when they can run and when they can't.
Right.
So they don't want to take a chance on a violation of moving.
Wilson had a door open on the right side, wanted a cutter, and it's thrown away, which I think she probably should have taken that strong to the hole when she had a chance. Just a freshman, that's something that I think she'll learn as she develops. And a foul called outside. They pick that one up on Jillian Kennedy. That's her second.
Team foul number 4.
Floor foul, the 4th foul on Ripley this quarter.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Ripley's next foul puts Ravenswood at the line. Inside the halfway mark of this third. Here's a 3, Lambert wide left. Pulled down to the lane, Andrade back to the cup. Can't finish. There's another look. And Rachel Lambert sinks it. Don't look now, the Ravenswood Red Devils have put 8 points on the board this quarter. And they've topped their first half total here in the third quarter. And a hard foul as Butler went in high and hacked down from low by Andrade.
Number 12, Andrade. At the line shooting 2 for the Lady Vikings. 0-0, Kendall Butler.
May be her first point of the second half here, Eric. And we didn't get the announcer jinx.
I was going to let that sit and let you wear it.
It's like, no, I didn't believe I did that to her.
Just puts them in double figures. And there's the announcer jinx. Rebound, and the putback doesn't go for Wilson. Another look at it. Butler stripped. It's loose. Held ball, and it's the Red Devils.
Ball.
Butler with a game-high 9.
But you saw like there are 5 attempts at that basket. Not one of them hit in the white box that would have allowed the ball to bounce in. It's like it's right there. Just throw it in the white box. Nice steal.
Tipped. Morrison off the white box and in. It's a geometry.
It's just simple angles.
Angles, physics, math, and science.
Math.
Turn this basketball broadcast into a STEAM project. And it goes back to the Ripley Vikings. Ravenswood has engineered a bit of a first half.
29-13.
Or a comeback here in the second half.
And they've done that with full court pressure.
Yeah, defense has caused this turnover. It goes back to Ravenswood. Morrison or Kennedy tripped there. Do you think she was foul, Joe?
No. Neither does Coach Kennedy. He's just trying. He's like, come on. I think he'd be a fun guy to work for.
Riley Street behind
behind
the
the
back.
back.
Little razzle dazzle. And that's out of bounds. If they name a thoroughfare after Riley Street, you think they name it after her first name? Call it Riley Street.
Riley Street.
Instead of Street. So we got an issue. Emily Andrade slow to get up. Lambert misses at the cup. And she's down hard. Morrison, a lob, caught. And Lambert in double figures. Or excuse me, Butler in double figures. On a good dime by Addie Morrison. Here's Lambert spinning the floater off the hinge. And a foul called in front. Andrade picks up another foul. And this may be Andrade needing a break, to be honest with you.
I think you can tell she's just kind of tired, limping a little bit there.
She rolled her ankle really, really bad in the lane. And on the same sequence, Rachel Lambert did as she was slow to get up as well. Pressure broken. Morrison to the wing. Three in and out from Smith. (31-13). Ripley palindroming the Red Devils. And Riley Street offline. Hit by Bristol Smith.
That's her first. Riley's still waiting. Riley Street's waiting on her first points of the night. Can they come from the free throw lane?
Riley Street knocks it down. Maybe she's moved from Riley Street to Riley Avenue. Riley Boulevard.
Boulevard. Lane. Riley Lane, like Penny Lane?
Yes. Off the iron. And it goes back to Ripley as Ravenswood says goodbye to the basketball. Ripley says hello.
Hello. We said Aaron.
This is my Beatles today. You like
There's
that?
your Beatle line. Anna Casto checked in for Ravenswood here at the break. First time in.
Their first appearance of the entire game, you're right. Final minute of the third quarter, 31-14. Ripley has the advantage. A drive from the senior Morrison. It's strong. Loose. Through the hands of Riley Street. When she gets it back.
Anna Casto's doing a strong job of clearing out in there. Nice block.
Straight strip. The putback falls. Marley Cole.
Her first basket of the night, Miss Marley.
11 points for Ravenswood in the third quarter. That's topped what they did in the first and second combined. We'll see if Ripley plays for one shot or they go for multiple looks. Basketball.
7 seconds.
Got to do something with it. Who gets the last shot? Morrison They go inside, and Butler, not a bad look, but good defense from Marley Cole. And after 3, it's 31-16. Score in favor of the Vikings. You're watching high school basketball presented by One Community Federal Credit Union on CAS 45.
Savings accounts, checking accounts, loans, and certificates of deposit. Managing your money responsibly is a journey. Make One Community Federal Credit Union your destination for financial freedom. This is where you'll find generous savings rates, competitive interest rates, and the tech tools you need to track your progress along the way. One Community is managed by people who live and work in the Mid-Ohio Valley. One Community Federal Credit Union, Parkersburg, and now in Vienna.
When it comes to Valentine's Day, Crown has you covered with amazing gifts for every sweetheart in your life, from child to adult. We also outfitted our store to outfit your home for the season with festive Valentine's Day decorations. And don't forget our new line of fashion apparel with super comfy, love-themed sweatshirts, sleepwear, and more. And the Crown Confectionery has transformed for the loveliest time of the year with our delicious house-made fudge, ice cream, and fudge-dipped apples. So turn to Crown Decor and Gifts this Valentine's Day. Welcome back to your Valentine's happy place.
It's an all-Jackson County affair tonight. The Ripley Vikings hosting the Ravenswood Red Devils. Ripley looking to sweep the regular season series from Ravenswood in girls action. And doubling up on Ravenswood 31-16 as we move along to the fourth quarter. Joe Oliverio, Eric Little from Ripley High School. Quickly, Addie Morrison misses the 3.
But Eric, that third period, both teams scored 11.
Morrison affected the inbounds, or affected the pass. It's knocked out of bounds. You're right, they both did score 11, so again, no ground made up. But for Ravenswood, that 11 points huge. That represented some offense and really created off their defense. Street through 2 defenders. Can't hit. And Marley Cole will try to score some from the line. Kendall Butler picks up her 3rd foul. Free throw line's been a bit of a saving grace for the Red Devils.
Yes, it has. And I'll give you that.
Pair from Marley Cole.
Does that with confidence. 2, 4, 6, 8. Ravenswood's been to the line 9 times and gets the home bounce.
How about that? It sat there off the hinge and fell right in.
2, 4, 6. 6 of 9 from the free throw line for Ravenswood. 1 of 2 for Ripley.
And again, a lot of Ravenswood's offense have been created by defense. There's a 3 from Jillian Kennedy. She nails it and 1.
Fouls on Riley Street, her 2nd. Count it.
A 4-point play for Jillian Kennedy, and the Vikes stretch the lead to 35-18.
All 7 of Jillian's points have come in the second half, Eric.
Catch and shoot. Price slices the nets on the Ravenswood end.
I like when they do that. I'll match you down here. You made 3 up there? Another 5 seconds.
The 5-second call. I was doing the dueling banjos. Dueling threes. There you go.
Three.
Ripley's got to find an answer to get the Ripley's got to get the answer here for the Ravenswood defense. That's 2 5-second calls. Tip out here from Morrison. And a foul called on Kendall Butler.
Kendall Butler, her 4th.
So some adversity for the Vikings early on here. They lead it by 14 a minute into the fourth quarter, but their leading scorer, Butler, with 4 fouls at a timeout called.
Nope. They're calling a held ball before that.
Held ball, you're right.
Sub coming in, Tiffany Fisher.
The basketball. Fisher will spell Kendall Butler.
And Eric, that's always the crazy one. It's like the crowd hears the timeout, but it's when the official recognizes the timeout, not when the coach screams it or yells it.
The held ball stands. Sophia Garcia out front. Good screen from Cole. Garcia stripped. Ball loose, scooped up. Cassidy Wilson for the Vikings, back the other way. Kennedy, heat check, wide right.
Got to follow that shot there, Miss Kennedy. I like the Ripley student section. They were kind of counting down the shot down here like there was a shot clock.
Hey, they can hear that too. Good slip inside. Price can't finish. But you see the Red Devils moving more on offense.
3 on 1.
Fisher rejected by
and gets the rebound
by Riley Street. Price short. Defensive play like that, she's moved on to Street, Boulevard, and Avenue.
Yes.
Earned them all.
And you saw Coach Williams, she wanted her to take that ball to the hole instead of taking that shot. Full timeout by Ripley.
Leading by 14. The Vikings take the timeout. We'll take 30 with them. 5:46 to play in this one. It's 35-21 Ripley. You're watching high school basketball presented by One Community Federal Credit Union on CAS 45.
Bring relaxation home with a visit to Casey's All-American Pools in Belpre. Everyone deserves a backyard oasis, and with financing available, Casey's can make your dream come true. From compact 2-seat designs all the way up to larger models you can swim in, Casey's can even deliver and install your new hot tub or swim spa. While you're there, check out the designs and get on the list to have an in-ground pool installed this summer. Find out more at Casey'sAllAmericanPool.com or stop by 501 Main Street in Belpre today.
That's that age-old question. Where did you come from? Where did you go, Cotton Eye Joe?
Cotton Eye Joe.
Gets the crowd going, the cheerleaders going here from Ripley High School. Tell you what really gets the Ripley Vikings going is that 14-point lead on the board. The Vikings have a 35-21 lead on Ravenswood in the fourth quarter. Red Devils have dialed up the pressure on defense, but the Vikings have come out firing on all cylinders here in the second half. 7 points from Jillian Kennedy. The Vikings have 5 threes in this game.
Marley Cole getting a finger taped up there.
Set a really nice screen on a drive a moment ago from Riley Street. Lob out front. Miscommunication. Well, smart play
by Katie Price. Let that ball.
Use that backcourt. And Street. Leaned on by Addie Morrison.
Her second.
Kara Williams says she's been leaning on her all night long. Street is closed. Cassidy Wilson throws up the roadblock. Here's Addie Morrison. Smith. Wilson to the corner.
And Mid-Atlantic Maintenance has the sign up.
Kennedy wants a heat check, passes it up, gets it back. They are running Katie Price to death. Pass thrown away, it goes back to the Red Devils.
Got subs coming in.
Kara Williams continues to coach this team and coach them hard. And when you're sub 500 coming to the end of the season, this is getting ready for final exam time here.
You've got tournament play coming up. See what more you can do at the time to help them.
Good to see Emily Andrade back on for Ravenswood. She had a bum ankle earlier. Rachel Lambert has a wrap on her wrist. She's going to shoot 2. The foul on Addie Morrison is her 3rd. Some foul trouble for Ripley. Kendall Butler on the bench with 4 fouls. Addie Morrison now has 3. And shots for Rachel Lambert.
She's 2 of 3.
You could wear the jinx that time. 2 of 4. There you go.
I see 3 of 5 coming.
There it is.
There you go.
3 of 5 from the free throw line. 7 points for Rachel Lambert and a timeout for the Red Devils. 4:50 to play. 35-22 Ripley. You're watching high school basketball presented by One Community Federal Credit Union on CAS 45.
This is Jim Staley. From my 44 years of handling car wreck cases, I know that many people don't carry enough auto insurance to protect themselves and their families. That's risky and can lead to financial disaster. You can't rely on the driver who caused the wreck to protect you. You must protect yourself. If you don't know if you are adequately insured, call your local agent or call me. I'll review your policy for free and share my thoughts and experience.
January, just
35-22, your score. The Ripley Vikings trying to close out what would be their 6th win of the season. John Kennedy's group has lost back-to-back games, 5 of the last 7. But they've shot the ball well in this second half tonight.
They have it, and they've really picked up the pace as well. He's staying on them. You know, when you're up 13-14, it'd be real easy just to sit back and let the game take care of itself. But he's trying to drive that point home to keep the intensity up, keep Ravenswood on the ropes.
Well, largely because I know Kara Williams hasn't
She's not let up either.
She's not removed that foot from the gas
We've
pedal.
had
baseball pass, hauled in. Tiffany Fisher pulls back. Morrison. Good defense from Riley Street. A lot of contact, no call.
I think it will be interesting to see if Ripley continues to just
Smith pulls up and misses it off the iron.
To just run that time off the clock, run it around the perimeter.
Price in the lane, strip. Here comes Morrison. One-on-one to the 10. Morrison and one. Emily Andrade picks up her 3rd foul.
Her first free throw is good.
Not a ton of points for Addie Morrison. That's just 5 for her tonight. But she's facilitated this offense quite nicely.
She has. She picked up 2 in the first half and then 5 here in the second. Oh, nice
Bobble
feed.
by Andrade. She can't finish at the 10. Pulled in by Cassidy Wilson. Back the other way come the Vikings. Good touch pass. Kennedy has hit 2 threes this half. Morrison hoists and sinks the 3. A 6-0 run for Addie Morrison.
Second player for Ripley to get in double digits.
Street off the iron. Second chance.
Nice.
Jaden Moore buries it.
That's her first basket, Eric, of the night. 3-on-2.
Good find from Wilson. Fisher can't finish. The second chance doesn't go. Neither does the third. Fisher gets it back and throws it back in the water.
Coach Kennedy's just rubbing his forehead over here like, what's going on? Sophia Garcia to enter. Ravenswood's going to take a timeout here. 30-second timeout.
We'll go ahead and keep it here with 3:04 to play. 41-24. Ripley Vikings trying to close this one out. What's the message in that Ravenswood huddle? Why do you take a timeout, Joe, at this point of the ball game?
Because there were so many turnovers and different things in there. Just kind of, okay, settle down. You know, it's 24-41. Let's don't do anything crazy this last 3 minutes. It's going to jeopardize us playing the next game. Let's continue to teach teachable moments, as they say. Yeah, get the ball. So you're not running the play, so just get the ball. Take some time off of it.
And listening in on the Ravenswood huddle, there are no sectionals in high school basketball anymore. It's all one big regional tournament. The last 2 teams standing in the region advance to the state. So just like before, where there are 2 representatives from each region that advance to the state tournament, they don't necessarily play each other in the section. So they seed all the teams in the region and play one big regional tournament. I like it that way.
Well, and then we saw that 2 weeks ago with the CAS game with Willing Central, Williamstown, and St. Mary's girls.
Right.
Only 2 of those are going to come out of
Yeah,
that region.
That is a very good region in Class AA.
And at the time, they were ranked 1, 2, and 3. I don't know what they are this week.
Butler back in this game with 4 fouls. Gives it up. Morrison lane to the hole, wide open. And she can't hit it. Ripped down by Jaden Moore. Price from the left wing. And things have opened in transition for the Red Devils. They're starting to find some offense.
Price picks up, touchdown pass.
Kennedy hauls it in, but it's
and
rejected.
A nice block.
Jaden Moore says, get that weak stuff out of here.
Patrick Mahomes needed to throw a pass like that the other night.
Patrick Mahomes should have had Jaden Moore stuff a few of his passes.
Ball doesn't touch anybody going out of bounds on that throw-in, so it goes back to the spot of the throw-in. A lot of times people are like, hey, but it went out on the side. How come we can't put it out over here?
And now you know. Sophia Garcia gives it up right side. Moore looks at the basket, gets around Kennedy, off the window. Jaden Moore with 4 this half. Tipped out of bounds, Ripley keeps it. I think they heard you in that coaching bit about using the square.
Just use the square.
Kind of like how you pay and score. Use the square.
Use the square. There you go. And here comes
A
another
heave
pass.
From Cassidy Wilson. Smith fouled. Jaden Moore
picks up her second.
Foul on the Devils, number 10, Jaden Moore. At the line, shooting 2 for the Lady Vikings, number 1,
Bristol Smith had 8 points in the first half, none here. Picks up her first in the second half. 9.
looking to join Kendall Butler in double figures. And she's got
does.
10. Butler's got 11.
And
the lion's
Morrison
share of Ripley's scoring. They lead
Morrison
this,
has 10. They got 3 players in double figures.
They lead this 43-28. Graham Morrison had a personal 7-0 run a while back there.
0-0.
And the foul is
her
Butler's fifth. So Kendall Butler leaves with 1:45 to play. If you're Ravenswood, you probably would have liked to have fouled her out a little earlier.
Yeah, she leaves the game with 11 points.
As he said, 3 in double figures. Addie Morrison joins Butler and Smith.
Sophomore Riley Street.
If you're Ravenswood, what do you build on as you go to the regional playoffs?
Intensity. You've just, because that's how they've kind of not necessarily see right there. You got a nice steal, but just doesn't follow through.
You're right. They have played hard, and they've
played hard in the second
and they've
half.
stayed in this game. Morrison turns the corner, bailed out by a foul that looked like she was going to travel. And a hold called on Bristol Smith. But you're right, Ravenswood has
Riley
played.
Street picks up her third. That was on.
Yeah, Ravenswood has played hard this half. Morrison nails the free throw. And if you're Ripley, for John Kennedy, what are you looking to build on as you go to the regional playoffs?
I love the way his team has stayed intense this entire thing. Even when, you know,
even when Ravenswood had their hands on the thermostat.
Right. He's not afraid to push it up.
Lambert through contact, short. Smith in double figures. Strong game for Addie Morrison. 16-point lead, so Ravenswood not fouling as we come to the final minute of this. There's the steal, Riley Street.
Just lost the handle, that's all.
Frustration for Ravenswood as Street has it go off her leg.
But she shouldn't be frustrated with that. I mean, she just kind of, they like that touchdown pass, don't they?
A bomb to Morrison.
I think they're going to be content maybe to just dribble this thing out. And
Addie Morrison says no.
Says no. I'm going to take a shot.
I'm shooting this ball. I think you were trying to conjure some offense or a shot there.
I was like, come on.
Good turn move from Price. And then coughs it up. Let's head out of bounds. I'm sorry. So for the Red Devils, this will be their 7th straight loss. Ripley will win after losing back-to-back games. A rejection. Tiffany Fisher slams the door shut on Jaden Moore. 10 seconds to play. Does Morrison take one more? John Kennedy says no. The crowd yelling, shoot it, Addie, shoot it, Addie. She doesn't. Classy thing not to do as Ripley has this one in hand. The Vikings win this one 44-28, and the handle of that hatchet is a broom because they sweep the regular season series from the Ravenswood Red Devilettes.
Tell you what, Eric,
final thoughts, Joe?
Final thoughts were Ravenswood and Ripley played fairly even the entire second half. Both of them scored 11 points in the third. Ripley scores 13. Ravenswood scores 12 in the fourth. So you eliminate that 12-3 first quarter in particular, and you've done pretty well. 8-2 in the second quarter. That could kind of go on. So once again, like you said, hatchet. We honored a teacher tonight. We honored the youth that are in the Biddy Bop League, as I call them. Trying to come up that will eventually play. And Coach Kennedy is still working hard now with the Gatorade bucket and things. Just happy to be out here.
There you go. Ripley gets double figures from 3 different players. Kendall Butler with 11, Bristol Smith with 10, and Addie Morrison in double figures. What do you have for Morrison tonight?
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11.
So 11 for Morrison, 11 for Butler, and 10 for Bristol Smith. The Ripley Vikings pick up a 44-28 win over the Ravenswood Red Devils. For our producer, Brian Guthrie, our entire crew, for Joe Oliverio, my name's Eric Little. Thank you for watching high school basketball presented by One Community Federal Credit Union on CAS 45. Good night, everybody.